Brian Mbeumo is out of it, ladies and gentlemen. He won't be taking a part in the World Cup after his Cameroon was shocked by Democratic Republic of Congo. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the United World Sport. At the same time, Bruno Fernandes was missed clearly as Portugal fell to Ireland to make it one more game before they can confirm their qualification for the FIFA World Cup. And guess what? Man United legend Cristiano Ronaldo shown marching orders. Let's get into it. Like, share, and subscribe. My name is Webb. Come and learn how to earn online. If you haven't, you're late. But I'm still here for you. I'm a patient teacher. I'll wait for you until you make up your mind. And understand that on the internet where you be at every day, people are killing it. You too can if you just give it time and understand how it works. That's the number right there. Go to Telegram. It is Arab Money with Web. Catch me there if you want to talk football and predictions. Now, let's get into it. So, Brian Mbeumo marched off in shame, in frustration, in disgust, in pain, in every emotion, I think, was running through him as he imagined how it's going to be for him not to be at the World Cup. Yet he is arguably one of the hottest players in Europe right now, because if you've just been voted the best player at Man United, you've been voted in the month of October, you've been voted best player in the Premier League in the same month, certainly you are among the best in Europe, because the Premier League is the best league in Europe. At least that's what we know. So clearly, Brian Mbeumo is one of the hottest players in Europe right now. He is not going to be at the FIFA World Cup at the hands of a Democratic Republic of Congo that I think is the only known player they had on the team was Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Because even Wissa was not there, was not in the game. Orchestrated by a former Uganda Cranes coach, Sebastian Desabre, a guy I think he is the best coach for me that I've seen that has managed the Uganda Cranes. For me, he's the best I've seen based on how I view football, the balance, everything. This guy has masterminded a final playoff game between DR Congo and Nigeria. Big football match. Nigeria themselves were cruising. Of course, they did cruise per se, except if you judge it from halftime after the final whistle, after 90 minutes. 1-1 draw, and then Victor Osimhen runs riot. 4-1. They beat Gabon with Aubameyang leading the line. But what a Man United supporter will be interested in is the fact that Carlos Baleba and Brian Mbeumo were both on the pitch as Cameroon bowed out. Onana too, in between the sticks. They seem to be trying to play the Amorim system, 3-4-2-1. Because they wanted goals. They wanted to fly and try to attack. Mbeumo played a full 90 minutes. Nothing. Baleba was pulled off. Onana too played a full 90 minutes. So if you can imagine the emotion, I think we can feel for Brian Mbeumo. And of course, for any player, it's not just about how much the money is earning. I think that's the dream. If you're performing for your club, you want to be performing for your nation as well. But also, if you've been balling and doing well with these players, it will be painful for you to be watching them on TV. Yet you could have been a part of it. The whole world is watching, and all these players you've been humbling are enjoying themselves, and for you watching like a spectator. Right? That's where you belong. So it must be a pain for Mbeumo, certainly. But now Baleba, who is already struggling with Brighton and now with the national team, and now even his dream move to United seems to be falling apart. For Nana, there is no going back clearly. I don't see him return from his loan and come and then compete with Sene Lamens and all. I don't see that happen. Should be moving on. So, not a good day for Man United players. Now, go take it to Portugal, because Ireland beat Portugal by 2-0. Quite frankly, I didn't see this coming, quite frankly, because a draw, because it was a home team, maybe possible. But a loss, Cristiano Ronaldo gets a red card for elbowing, for an elbow on an Ireland player, and then he behaves funny, you know him. And then Bruno not being there, you're asking, could it be because I told you he had been suspended for that game? He'll be there for the next. Could he be that important for for Portugal? Because all the games they've been winning, Bruno has somehow been there, even if he hasn't been playing. He's always rather scoring as much. He's always there and organizing the team and pushing. I think the thing about Bruno is quite. I think it's a mentality thing. I think Bruno's energy match it up with Cristiano's and the hunger and the national he has. You think, it's a bit different. He makes them hungry and look more threatening because they appear to want it more. When Bruno is in a team, it appears to want it more. Think about Man United when Bruno is not playing. You feel empty even as a fan. You feel there is something, you're not safe. That's the funny thing about Bruno. We can complain about him, but I think he has played too much football in a way. I don't know. It's psychological, but I think even for Portugal, he not being there somehow takes something away from the team. If you watched that game, you saw there was something, a lack of energy, a lack of fire. Of course, even the death of their colleague, I think also must have taken something away from Portugal. They cannot stay with the same fire in the belly to fight and want it, and the psychology is also there. But I think Bruno is proving clearly that he's such an important player on the pitch. You need him. You see, even United now, when Bruno is not there, you see it's clear. There's something missing. You see there's a gap somewhere. You may not explain it, yet when he's there, he does annoying things at the time, but somehow his presence on the pitch is different. So I think, but of course, you think Portugal will qualify. So let's wait and see what comes next. So the other players that will be hoping for something like English players, by the way. England did win, and the Arsenal boys were on the show, I think. But Marcus Rashford is the guy we'll talk about because he's still a Man United player. Marcus Rashford, I think, is beginning to look a little better because, again, when you perform well at the club, that's why he's starting games. When you perform well at your club, you certainly will be confident in your national stripe. You see a more confident Rashford who is focused and enjoying his football again. You clearly see it. So I think Rashford away from United was always good for both parties. He's not at his lethal best, but you can see he can get to it now. There seems to be a focus. He's a different, better player, and you'll have to see it. Honestly, none of us wants Rashford, wishes him to fade in his career. I mean, it's not a war against him. He gave us some great memories, and he's our boy. So all the best in whatever he does. But I love to see him back starting in England and looking really, really good and a threat and exciting. He actually almost made that Bruno no pass assist. The one he made to Mbeumo, but it wasn't a goal. He did it with Rice, and then he moved. Rice gave him a good ball, but again he wasted it. Mentality there. He can get better. That's the thing. That's why I said his mentality doesn't match his talent. If he can be more, and even at Barcelona, there are goals he has missed, and you've seen he has scored some, missed somewhere. You see at his level, this is a mentality thing. Titi wouldn't miss it. Just Rooney mentality. Anyway, that's it. Come learn how to earn online. My name is Webb. That's the international Reds for you. I'll be back to talk more about what's coming next. Quinton Fortune was an assistant for Serbia. Everyone was shocked, by the way. I almost forgot to tell you that the Man United legends, you love it. We love to see them progress, especially these Africans who are part of us. Yeah.